only return to the ring came in 1969 when he staged a computer super fight with Muhammad Ali. He never saw the result because 3 weeks later, at age 45, Rocky Marciano was killed in a plane crash in Iowa.
Mike, Rocky Marciano was the most physically limited of all the heavyweight champions. He had the shortest arms. He only weighed in the mid-180s. Today, he'd be a cruiserweight. How was he able to overcome those physical disadvantages?
Well, as most people don't know, he turned those things that people thought was a disadvantage into an advantage. Being very short, he was able to get inside quicker with short arms and powerful punches. Plus, he had a tremendous heart and determination. And these things, what people don't know, don't show up on the statistics. So Rocky Marciano proved in his right. He was undefeated in 8 years. He was also a great fighter to reckon with.
Let's go back and take a look at the first time Rocky Marciano challenged for the heavyweight championship against Jersey Joe Walcott.
Marciano and Walcott here fighting like gladiators, neither one given an inch.
The year before, Jersey Joe had won the title at age 37, 17 years older than you were, Mike, when you became champion.
Now keep an eye on Jersey Joe's left. Pitch a perfect left hook on the chin of Rocky Marciano.
Mike, that was the first knockdown of Rocky's career, but he battled back until this point in round 13.
Here we see both of them about to throw right hands, but Rocky just beat him to the punch. And down goes Jersey Joe Walcott. And an extra left hook, and we have a new champion.
In 1954, Rocky made his fourth title defense against Ezzard Charles, an outstanding boxer who had lost a close 15-round decision to Rocky 3 months earlier. Here in round 8, Rocky is in danger of losing his championship because his nose had been split wide open, and his corner had told him he needed a knockout in this round or the fight would be stopped.
And this is why Rocky was such a great fighter, because he came back from the brink of defeat to hurt Charles, drop him down for the first time in the fight. Ezzard Charles is a former heavyweight champion, and he knows what it's like to be in there with the best of them, and he rises to meet the rampaging Rocky Marciano. And as we see here, Charles is trying to hold on to survive, but when Marciano wants to fight, he can't be stopped. This is a typical Marciano fight, overcoming all the obstacles, showing his tremendous will to win.
And a year later, against Archie Moore, what turned out to be the last fight of Rocky Marciano's career, as he retired unbeaten in 49 pro fights, the only undefeated heavyweight champion.
In another typical Marciano fight, just pounding his opponent on the ropes. He only knew one way to fight, and that's to come forward and throw murderous punches.
And Marciano really is just the opposite of Joe Louis, Mike. Louis would pick his shots when trying to finish his man. Marciano seems to try to throw as many punches as hard as he can, as long as he can.
And this is why Marciano was such a great champion. Non-stop punching for 15 rounds until the opponent went down, as Moore did here.
Mike, a lot of people compare you with Rocky Marciano because of your punching power and your aggression. How do you react to those comparisons?
Well, believe me, Alex, I'm flattered to be mentioned in the same breath with such a legendary fighter, but I really believe that I'm Mike Tyson and that was Rocky Marciano, and I'm doing the best that Mike Tyson could do. And really, I think it was a privilege to even be mentioned in the same sentence with Rocky. And I think we're just two different fighters. I met Cuss when I was 13 years old.
Knockdown rounds, drag out fights, endless days and sleepless nights, and one memory that still shines bright. You were there for me. You were there to keep me strong, to help me find where I belong. In my corner, right or wrong, you were there for me. And of all the good times that I boast, and all the triumphs that I toast, the memory I treasure most is you.
Muhammad Ali, the self-proclaimed greatest of all time, holds the unique distinction of being the only three-time heavyweight champion. Ali's era began in the turbulent 60s, a period of radical and sometimes violent change. From assassinations at home to the war in Vietnam, draft cards burned in the name of peace and bras burned in the name of women's liberation. riots in the ghettos and confrontations on the campuses. The 60s challenged conventional values, and in sports, no one represented that challenge more than brash young Cassius Marcellus Clay.
My New Year's revolution is to knock out that big ugly bear, shake up the whole world in 1964, and talk no more.
He did whoop Sonny Liston, the man he called the Big Ugly Bear, and won the heavyweight title in only his 20th pro fight. Now known as Muhammad Ali, he stopped Liston in round 1 of the rematch. The most prominent athlete in the world, Ali gave it all up by refusing induction in the U.S. Army, claiming exemption as a black Muslim minister. Stripped of his title, he spent 3.5 years in exile. Ali reclaimed the crown by upsetting George Foreman in 1974. He then capped his career in his rematch against Leon Spinks that won him a 3rd world title, 14 years after he won his first one. In his final win, Ali showed for the last time the flair for showmanship that made him unique in heavyweight history.
Mike, when you used to sit with Cus D'Amato and look at the films of Muhammad Ali's career, what did Cus tell you made Ali so special?
Well, Cus always told me that Ali had the most heart and most confidence in any fighter that he ever saw in his years as being a teacher. And as I sit down and watch films of Ali, I believe Cus, and he was right.
Well, let's pick up the career of Muhammad Ali when his name was still Cassius Clay as he challenged Sonny Liston for the heavyweight championship of the world.
The world has never seen speed like this from a man the size of Muhammad Ali. And as you see here, he has a tremendously fast jab, fast leg movement, completely keeping out of the way of Sonny Liston. And it's like no contest here.
It really is no contest. It's hard to imagine that Clay was a 7-1 underdog. Liston was considered unbeatable. And it took Clay's speed and his guts, really, to expose Liston and defeat him.
Look at Clay leaning straight back from punches. He would get away with things that many considered mistakes because of the tremendous speed he possessed.
When Liston didn't come out for round 7, Clay put on a display of the showmanship that was as much a part of the man as the speed of hand and foot that had won him the title. Mike, do you agree with the experts that say that this 1966 title defense against Cleveland Williams was Ali at his very best?
Yes, I do, Alex. Because right here, we're going to watch. Look at his shuffle. Clean punches, fast, accurate, unbelievable. He even has good leverage on the punches, which they have tremendous power behind him. And here we see here Ali. This is a different Ali. This is not the dancing master. This is the flat-footed Ali punching for power. He knows he has his man hurt, and he's looking to finish him.
And then, in 1971, that sensational first fight between Joe Frazier and Muhammad Ali. In this fight, Ali really proved, Mike, that he had that one quality which all of these great champions have, and that's a tremendous fighting heart.
Yes, and we're going to see Frazier connect with a tremendous left hook, and then again, another left hook that leaves Ali semi-helpless. But Ali, with the tremendous heart and determination he has, he tries to hold on and clear his head. And we can see Joe's like, he's relentless. He's just all over him, going for the kill. Unbelievable non-stop punching by Joe Frazier.
On this particular night, Joe Frazier just would not be denied.
And in a few seconds, we're going to watch Joe encore with a left hook that put Ali down. And here, Ali's showing the heart of a champion, getting up to finish the fight.
He did finish on his feet, lost a unanimous decision to Joe Frazier. Ali won his second meeting with Frazier by unanimous decision, and then here in 1975, the famous Thriller in Manila. Mike, what was the difference? Why did Ali win this fight with Frazier?
Well, they were both equal in will, but just Ali at this point of their career had more skill, and I think the skill edged out in this fight, in which he's connecting with sharp, crisp punches, and he's hurting Joe. But Joe, with the will of a champion, continues to come back, even though he's hurt.
And finally, at the end of round 14, Frazier's corner refuses to allow Joe to continue.
You know, Alex, Ali had a lot of great moments in his career, but I honestly believe this was his greatest.
Michael, we've just taken a look at 5 of the greatest champions in the history of the heavyweight division. In your opinion, is it possible to compare champions from different eras?
Absolutely, it's impossible. There's no way. Times have changed, techniques have changed, strategies have changed, and it's just totally impossible. It can't be done.
You obviously have a strong awareness of boxing history. How do you see your role in the future history of the heavyweight division?
Well, I won the title, and I'm just looking forward to fighting everybody to prove that I'm the champion and clean up my division.
In your opinion, who was the greatest of the 5 fighters we just seen?
Well, it's very easy for me to choose. With 12 years as champion, 25 title defenses, Joe Louis stands alone.
Well, tonight you take another step in your drive to establish your own greatness. Good luck to you.
Thank you very much, Alex.